everybody. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're all doing well. Right, I clicked the button too early. Oh, that's a goddamn shame. No, we're not doing sub-only chat. What in the goddamn... Alright, let's go. There we go. Defers enabled and disabled subscribers only mode for this chat room. 17 different times. Defers did do that. Should Defers have done that? No. No. No, no, no. Oh, Christ. Oh, God. I'm bad at my job. I'm bad at my job, you guys. Okay. That having been said, bad at my job or not, should be able to just get this taken care of now. Okay. Alright, the ad break is done. I just barely got done advertising my little rinky-dink operation here. Let's go and play a video game. We're finishing out the warp. 6,500 enemies in this map. So, suffice it to say, we'll be here a while. Oh yeah, by the way, true final map, map 35, Collapsing Dreams by Drawn 12 26-1. Carl Casey, White Bad Audio, does map 35 music. The Slime Bolt by Hibonki was map 31. Corpse Factory by Painbile 98, and then, yeah. Okay. How many secrets we got? 13 secrets. I'm going to assume fair play and say that probably there were no secrets in the black void for calibration to software rendering. That seems reasonable. Oh, we got lightning. We got lighting surface details. Oh, you know. Yeah. Uh-huh. Call that a secret? Okay. Okay. We got a pretty light sparkling resistance. This is what I would have imagined for a true final ending, you know? Like, this is where the flesh hallway comes from. And it's not like it was a one-off thing. The last one was also digital, like, tech-based. So this is a little unusual. Not that I mind too terribly much. Damn it. Got tagged. Oh well. Oh, we got vats of goo. Okay, this is a disaster. You can really kill a bunch of dudes with a shotgun, though. Okay. Yeah, it turns out the shotgun is kind of the go-to for this kind of situation. Nice. Okay. Solid. Okay. Now we're in a better situation, I think. Well, I say that, but we are completely out of shotgun. To be fair, I think that killing every single pistol guy with minimal damage taken is probably a worthwhile trade on that one. So, you know, you can only take it so bad, you know what I'm saying? Damn it, I got tagged. Oh well. Yeah, see, against the right kind of enemy, the shotgun will just mow down. Like, you can target 4 guys at once. Okay. There we go. Yeah, let's try to make sure they don't get too many hits out. But we've got... like, that shotgun hit the spot, you know what I'm saying? Alright. There is a certain tactical depth to the early half of Doom 1's roster. Definitely feel like it does not get explored enough. I saw you, you bastard. Okay. Yeah, we're starting to build up in a cruel, you know what I'm saying? If you're just going up these stairs, though. Alright. Whoa! What is happening to my computer? Okay, well, we got tagged. Still, it's fine. Now, there's a secret in one of these. God knows I'm not going to find it. Not anytime soon. Damn it. Okay. Alright. Damn it. Double damn it. Armor. Not just armor. Huh. Bastard, I was secret hunting. You ruined everything. I can't believe that. Classic moment, really. Still. There's 6,500 enemies, by the way. We haven't even gotten 10% of the way there. Also, this is long. This is tremendously long as a segment. Not that that's a horrible thing, it's just... Like, what? I'd be doing this all chain gun, too, if it weren't for, you know, having found the secret. That would have been bizarre. Damn, we are absolutely fucking it. Alright. Yeah, we're trying not to set off those barrels for a while. Oh, Jesus. Christ. Where's the enemy? That's why. We don't know how many of those Hell Knights there are gonna be. Okay. Well, here's a secret spot for sure. Okay. Yellow. Okay, and we need to mark this one. I can't believe I'm using the marks. But, yeah. If we find the Yi card, there's a secret here. Okay, we've got a big boy here. We've got a magnum opus, perhaps. Okay. Okay. I must have left some ammo clips behind. Rather carefully designed spot. Let's put it like that. Alright, well. Sick. Just keep an eye on Mr. Hell Knight, eh? Yeah, here's Mr. Hell Knight. I guess he's decided to infight. Well, I'm gonna keep... I'm okay with this development. For a moment that sure looked like an Archie, but it's not an Archie, it's this guy. Jesus Christ. Alright. Things have properly popped off a little bit now. Alright. We're getting shot at from somewhere. Oh, thank God he's done. Honestly, the use of barrels here is very fun. I appreciate that. A lot of people are scared of doing barrels, I think. What was I looking at? I'm not getting shot at by even who? Here's the candle. That sure does sound like an Archie. Okay. Hate getting tagged like that, but it happens. Ooh. Getting shot at by what? That was almost bad. Okay. This is a weird one, I gotta say. It's novel, though. You wouldn't expect, like, nighttime raid on a box's palace to be very novel. Like, Equinox has a few maps like that. But I like this one. I dig what's going on here. Like, something's clearly going on here. The stylish use of explosive barrels to make enemies, you know, easier to deal with the hit scan weapons. Like, there's some design considerations here. Careful. That's a hazard for sure. Here's some armor at least. And some ammo, that's good. Okay. Christ, alright, well. We're getting tagged pretty bad. And we have an appointment with a yellow door somewhere in the distance. Several appointments with yellow doors, if we're being honest. Interesting stuff. Ah, the bars have been raised. Fascinating, alright. Well, we've killed 500 enemies now, and we've killed them more or less in the course of a straightforward non-slaughter map. Like, in fact, we've killed so many that I'm starting to be a little suspicious. Like, actually, that's too many. When did I kill 500 dudes? What? Oh well, I'm sure some of the intervening 5,000 are probably real, so it's not that big of a deal. Okay. Okay. Alright, we got the rocket launcher. That's a little sooner than I would have anticipated, if I can be honest with you. Oh. That's guys. All right. Alright. There we go. You would think that we hadn't explored basically anything, but... Backpack. Okay, so we can't go through there. Fair enough. I expected something a little bit more dramatic, but... fair dues. So we found 3 of 13 secrets. We know where there's a 4th, potentially. No, wait a minute, hold on. Oh god, I didn't... Whoa! Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, okay. Careful. Rewinding disabled. Just careful with that. I was like, I don't want to pick up the Grarmer. And was like, oh, you don't. There's some spare. So we got 4 of 13 secrets. I think we have decent odds of having found all the secrets so far. Hard to tell, of course. Okay. There's enemies incoming. Put it mildly, there's enemies incoming. Okay. Jesus. Okay. That's a little ad hoc then. Yeah, I thought that was a good idea. Just because you can doesn't mean you should, you know? We need to go. Okay. Candle, by the way. Pretty banged up. Getting flanked by an imp, alright. You know the mapper's exercising restraint when you haven't seen the super shoddy in 30 minutes. 625 kills in. I respect this map. It's going for what it's going for, and it's going for an interesting amount of stuff, to say the least. Huh. Okay, we got the canal. I wouldn't have expected this, to say the least. We got an idiot out there. Look at this place. Yeah, that's something, alright. A secret inside a secret? Oh, you better believe. Hey, a super shoddy. Secret super shoddy, of course, but a super shoddy nevertheless. And this is all within the first, okay, 4,500 or so, like 5,500 or so enemies. So there's a lot going on here. This map is what we would term epic in scope. But to already have 5 of 13 secrets is something else. Speaking of secrets, there's that one candle somewhere. I saw it. It was a little bit wrapped up, but we know well enough. What could it be? This is the one decorative candle in the entire map set? Yeah? I'm not sure I buy this. Alright, well. I think we're fairly straightforwardly kitted out at this point. We've also got barrels for days to kite enemies into if we need it. Jesus H. Christ, alright. That was brutal. That was a capital M mistake. So, where'd you even come from? Alien Bob 5 says classic rocket in the face. Oh, indeed. Very much the standard. I don't know where that Revenant went. I absolutely have no trust for that. Please no face rockets this time. No face rockets this time, but there's more enemies. Okay. Very good. see. Yeah, there you go. Alright, well, our armor's blown to bits, but that aside, we're doing great. Actually, come to think of it, we can fix that too. I left spares for a reason. Yeah, we gotta get on the boat from over here. There are many places to get on the boat, let's put it like that. This is why I saved this armor. Explicitly for this purpose. Anyways, welcome to the stream for the first time, Alien Bob 5. Happy to have you here. Or at least to the chat. Goodness knows I have many lurkers. Well, a handful anyways. Yeah, there we go. I don't know if I'm really going for 100% items on a map this big, but... Well, that was weird. There we go. Okay. Bit overkill, yes. Like I said, I'm impressed with the map's restraint so far. For 6,500 enemies, this has been a fairly, you know, it reminds me of Mechadon a little bit. Where are you? Bully him. Okay. It was a little bizarre, but okay. I can respect it. Archvile jump scare over a single rocket. You can hear another one too. Let's see. And Bob5 says, yep, still 8 Archviles. Yeah, they're not my favorite. Statistically speaking, Revenants are harder, but... And Bob5 says, my thought every time I see one. Yeah, it's... They definitely are not perhaps the most endearing creatures. Statistically speaking, I always find Revenants to be the real problem. Okay, so we have a full Berserk. I personally like to wait until I'm actually low health to pick up the Berserk. Interesting. Ooh, are we gonna have like a hellish collapse map? I'm gonna say that we are. Not just because there's... Yeah, I don't think those were there before. We're going back through old areas with new monsters. Alien Bob 5 says, I haven't played any WoD, so I haven't had many Revenant issues. Ah, fair enough. Yeah, if you stick to the IWADs, then Archies are going to be some of the major threats. nothing new down here. But we can always go for the ammo, because God knows there was a ton. Interesting, to say the least. There's a spare over there. Okay. Yeah, time to go get that Zerk. The moment always presents itself. Bob5 says, I was thinking this wall might not be on the crazy end, then you said something about 6k enemies. Yeah, 6500. This is like the true final map of this WAD though, so none of the other ones are like this. The closest one had 800 enemies and it had a big disclaimer that's like, yeah, this is extreme difficulty. Which, to be fair, if you've only played the IWADs, sure. The super secret maps, the secret map is pretty wild difficulty. But if you have played more than just the IWADs, that aside, even if you haven't, it's fairly mild, I would say. Like, yeah, tougher than vanilla for sure, but not that bad. Satisfying. Bob5 says, IMO the hardest map of vanilla stuff was Mephisto's Mausoleum. Oh, you mean from the master levels, yeah? Yeah, that probably would track. It'd probably be a spheric Inferno map. It's either that or that one Dr. Sleep map. And then Bob5 says, yep, I'm remembering that one. Okay. So Drawn here likes to use candles to mark secrets a lot. And Bob5 says, could be just because I don't like Icon of Sin. Find me somebody who does. Yeah, Mephisto's Mausoleum's probably a good contender for hardest, like, official commercial thing. It's either that or probably Plutonia's Icon of Sin. And other than that, the Dr. Sleep map, the hardest of the Dr. Sleep maps, I forget the name, also from the master levels. That one's pretty hard too. Oh, okay. They're being fairly straightforward about that one. Wait a minute, didn't I grab a backpack? Did I miss grabbing the backpack? I think I might have. There we go, alright. I must have. Unusual, but hey, I'll take it. I must have loaded at some point. And Bobfire says, oh yeah, I've read Plutonia's Crazy. Never tried it myself. Or Legacy of Rust, I think, was the other expansion. Well, the Iowa, it goes Doom 1, obviously. The first 3 episodes, then Doom 2, then Doom 2, then Doom 1 Episode 4 in terms of release. Then there was Plutonia and TNT released simultaneously. Then there's Romero's Sigil, then Sigil 2, then Legacy of Rust, I think, is the release order. Though, word to the wise, in terms of difficulty, no, that's about right. Legacy of Rust is pretty hard, but I think Sigil 2 is harder. Could be that Legacy of Rust came after, but yeah. TNT Evolution is the other one that came contemporary with Plutonia. I would say Evolution is a very interesting one. It's the first paid mods controversy, which is really ironic given where it ended up in terms of acquisitions. Yeah, I think we've picked up all the gear that we can get. But yeah, Legacy of Rust is another one that's it's a real toughie. It uses a different weapon set than vanilla, but yeah, the second to last map of the first episode and the last map of the second episode, they were both notable, let's put it like that. Have his lemons, make lemonade. As a heads up, I am playing this one modded. The weapon set is an MDF21 compatible mod set, weapon pack. It's mostly the same in certain respects. It slightly buffs many weapons. Super Shotgun stays the same. Chain Gun gets a slight weapons upgrade. Melee becomes more responsive. BFG loses his wind up, but it gets it on the aftershock instead. Okay. I'm alive. Nice, double kill. Oh god, Icon of Sin. Not an Icon of Sin at all, but Pain Element, a similar vibe, I suppose. Oh my god. Oh my god. Perfect. Oh, he's jiggling. Plasma, I'll take it. Candle on the well. That can only mean one thing. The well's a secret. There were no Archies, though, so getting up to the well has to be part of the challenge. Yeah, there's definitely something at the bottom of that well. Oh. Ah, we got a spam bot. Okay. Lord. Candle's floating, but that's alright. Alright, so now we've got 9 of 13. That's pretty solid. I think we're just gonna let that rock for a second. Jesus. Again, I have to commend the restraint on the mapper's part. Not skipping straight to the slaughter no matter what. We're going through the slow way. So this is a backtrack. Alright. It's getting weird now. Okay, so this is a red key card. And interesting. We need to swap to the regular shoddy, it looks like. Alright. Oh god, we're stuck on something. Free blorb, fresh blorb. Alright. There are so many places to go, like it's quite substantial. Huh. Now here's a whole route we didn't go. Okay. We got some sort of zone here. Oh, so this is how you're supposed to get the, Oh, yeah, I bet. What did that lower exactly? That lowered something, apparently. I saw it lower something over here, but I didn't see what. Ah. All free plasma. So we're at 11 of 13 secrets. We're doing fairly well for ourselves now. Yeah, fairly well for ourselves. After all, we got the spare plasma. Many guys. Okay. Let's start with the basics, eh? solid. Bars are lowering. Ooh, can we grab the coffee? No. I wish we could grab the coffee. Check out those manila envelopes, though. Someone really thought this one through. Interesting, so there's another black candle. God damn it. Excellent. A blarmer for a blorb. I guarantee you that we've missed a secret then. In fact, we may have already missed it. It's hard to tell. Or rather... yeah. The complete version of that thought was... There is a candle next to a box that didn't seem to do anything. And it's my ultimate opinion that probably that has something more relevant to offer us. I'll also point out that we have not... we can clear marks. We have not yet found the red key in all this. You would assume that it'd be in here somewhere, but alas. No. Apparently we've lowered a set of blue bars somewhere in this map. Where exactly? Not clear. Not here. Here either, except some sort of continuation from elsewhere. Yeah, we need a red card to open the store. Oh. And that red card is the return way back. So the red card must be somewhere around here. That must be the secret. Well, it was here all along. We found it a long time ago. Or we could have found it a long time ago. Let me put it like that. But yeah. Now comes the tricky part. Let's put it like this. There's a secret, but we don't know how to get it. We go back. We can at least load back up. Speaking of loading back up, we should probably... Yeah, we should probably just scoop on up as many of these guys as we can. There's also health, though I suspect that when we get real slaughtery with it, things are going to cease to be quite so, let's say, copacetic. Alright. 327 bullets, fair dues. No, we go this way. For this one. Yeah, here it is. Here's the candle in the middle of this zone. What is it pointing to? What is it indicating? I don't know. My big fear, right, is that there was an archvile that you could spawn in that was really out of nowhere, and you have to archvile jump like this to get it. But that aside, well, here's a crane. Did we do anything with the crane? I don't think we did. I don't see any, like, tiny eyes or anything like that. We have these guys, but nothing else too crazy. Yeah, so my fear is that you're supposed to kite the archvile over here, and then use archvile jumps to get at whatever the secret might be. But it doesn't look like there's a secret at the other end, so I suppose that's good. That's a solid sign, perhaps. Perhaps the 13th secret is something else. I don't know. Maybe it's just a red herring candle. There could be one of those. Why not? Alright, here we go. Alright, we're loaded for bear. Here comes something new. In fact, it's so significant, I'm just gonna save here as well. And here as well. There's a big gate. Okay. It'd be weird for this to be where the 6,500 enemies are. Not impossible, just kind of weird. But I mean, if this trickle... It's infeasible for that to have been the case. There's the orb. This is an ominous round. Not so much a wonderful round. Oh, this is barred too. Shame I took that max damage hit or two. Ah. Candle. And well, there's the 13th secret. Oh my god. 13th secret ain't holding back. Okay. Well, we don't have the BFG, but we do have the plasma. Okay, let's see what comes next. Yeah, that makes sense. Well, let's not freak ourselves out. Certainly several thousand imps, potentially. At least several hundred. Okay. You know what they say, if you can circle strafe, you can win. Okay. Alright, well we barely made it, but we made it. Okay. Let's grab what health we can. Well, it seems that we already picked it clean. Looks like we did, yes. Oh, there's some health. Alright, well. The ominous round is incoming. Oh, there's just a set of eyes in that orb. Okay, we've got new lost soul type. so these things can be killed, but they are tough. Okay, we've only killed about a quarter of the enemies. That's probably fine, and we have all secrets already, so that's probably fine. Why is it like that? How did you make it like that? Well, he's coming. Yeah, who could have guessed? Okay, here we go. The traditional, if you didn't already grab all the weapons before, here they are now. Grab them now or forever hold your peace. Except for the BFG, I can't help but notice. Yeah, no BFG on this one yet. It's happening. It's not clear what it is, but it's happening. This needs the red key. Okay. What am I supposed to be fighting out here? Okay, there we go. That was on me. Fists on this one are silent, so that'll happen sometimes. Circle-Strafe on the outside with rockets, then cut through to the inside when you need more room. Basics. Keep the Circle-Strafe going for as long as you can. I expect that this is just the first wave. We'll probably at least see a wave of Revenants, at the minimum. And we know that there's going to be a Cyber Demon in play. Bear that in mind. Yeah, so it seems as though the first 1,000 or so, first 2,000 or so are going to be Imps. But leveling with you, I don't think, yeah. That's going to be the be-all, end-all. I suspect whoever made a map like this knows that any map where you can just Circle-Strafe, you can cut down the enemies by, well, you know, another 1,000 easy. There we go. Here's the BF. Oh, okay. It's happening now. For real. So let's save again. And we're still gonna do our thing. Since there's Cyber Demon snipers, we want to get closer to the enemies whenever we're, you know. Okay. challenging, alright. But for now, we can still circle strafe, so we have a free and fair opening to just, you know, permit infighting to happen. We have got a hall of infighting machines, Mancubi, Arachnotrons. We have a bounty. We have a wealth. We should utilize it. I don't even know how those guys got mad, but they got mad all right. But what did I do to make them stop targeting people? I don't know. It is telling that we have gained ground and not fought at all, basically. Yep. Cruising at around 90 miles an hour. Okay. How are we doing kill count wise? Halfway there. Alright. Fair enough. There's not 3,000 enemies left. So this is a little bizarre. Okay. Yeah, we almost took damage there. Fairly straightforward. Hey, we got hit. Okay. If you insist. Oh, hey, here's the Revenant wave. I was mentioning it. I didn't deny that it existed. No, it does exist. I just sort of began to doubt. I was like, well, this is relatively smooth sailing. This is a breezy proposition. Perhaps I judged too strongly. Things are dying. Things are dying by the thousand, like by the hundreds. That is many guys. Alright. How are we doing, oh god. 6,200 enemies. Okay. So, we've cleared most of them. Oh, we appear to have infinite ammo. Yeah, something keeps filling us up. Alright, well. Yeah, we have unlimited ammo. I appreciate it, but I don't know why that's happening. It's only BFG too, but my screen isn't like blinding piss yellow, which is usually what happens when mappers set up some sort of infinite ammunition device. That's very bizarre. And it wasn't happening all the time. Ooh, okay, that was a spicy one. Okay. I have no idea what caused that. Oh boy, okay. Okay. Let's save here. There it is. 9 guys left. Oh. Alright. So 8 guys left. I don't know what that's about. Okay, well the exit hasn't gone down. Maybe we need to do something at these houses. Here's a jar of goop. That's one of the guys. Okay. Yeah, these are Commander Keens, but they're not Commander Keens, obviously. They're, you know, the goop jars. Y'all know about the goop jars, right? I don't know about the goop jars, everybody. And one last goop jar. All the goop jars have been defeated. There's the exit. Here's the computer area map. Surprise, surprise, we tagged every line def already, basically. Yeah. Only thing we missed was... oh, stars! Well, thank you for those. I appreciate... look at those! I like that. That's good game design right there. That's fairly straightforward game design. We got all the secrets. There's a star there. There's a star... huh. There's a star everywhere, basically. There's that star over there. We found all the stars, would you believe it? Every single one. Are there any stars out here? No. So yeah, all the thing that we're missing is like 100 items or something like that. 50 items. Good luck finding them. 30 items, not even. 28 items, not even really, but you know. I mean, we could get some of them. Watch, I'll just do another lap. Scoop up all my blorb friends. Alright. Well, we got all the blorb friends, so there's just 21 pieces of armor and health that I left somewhere in all that mess. Suffice it to say, I think we're probably okay. I think you got the picture. Let's put it like that. You know, for a map with 6,500 enemies, a 90-minute runtime isn't that crazy at all. No, it's not crazy at all. Did this map manage to kill me even once? Oh, there's Drawn 12-261. Collapsing Dreams. All kills, most items, all secrets. "50-minute part time, so I'm a little over, let's put it like that. But I had a good time. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think I died once. That's fairly rare on a final level. The one time that I used the rewind key, it messed everything up and I had to load a save. And yeah. The Legion of Chaos has fallen, and you are watching the agony of this creepy place. You see the energy of chaos overwhelm you. It begins to flow through your veins. Washed in the blood of the dead gods, you are no longer human. You feel your power grow strong, but everything has its price. Your mind is filled with chaos, and your bloodlust grows with it. All you can think about now is finding new souls to feed your hunger. Is this the collapsing dream of humankind? That was the last hope of salvation? I mean, I guess. Bit of a twist, but okay. That's two I-wads, or two P-wads in a row. Two big wads that we've played that end with a Doom guy whose mind is subverted. I don't really know what the themes of that are. It's a fairly common theme. Valiant had it too. So, yeah. That's a fairly straightforward play of the Warp. I can see why people recommended it for the CAC Awards. It was just it wasn't too hard, but for all that, it was actually an enjoyable experience. Their Laocoon here really did push it, and that final map was really good. I mean, in terms of just being a fun romp, like, yeah, sure, it's not gonna kill any. It's not gonna get any awards for its, you know, revolutionary gameplay, considering that the final fight is literally just Circle-Strafe to win, which I thought is honestly kind of a bold choice, really. I assume they had to know, right? Like, they have to know, right? I don't know that they know. Anyways, let's make sure that we found everything, but I think we did. And this is the level description that Laocoon put out. So, Map 1, Entryway Sick. Bridge between whatever happened before Doomguy got here and the adventure that is about to begin. This map was made after about half the maps are finished. It's a decent place to start with the Map 1. Map 2, Cavern Clash. First map in a segment set in Earth-like tech-based bestrewn levels. This one takes place underground, as the name suggests. It is one of the oldest surviving maps in the set, albeit much updated from its origins as a speed map. I vaguely remember this one. Map 3, Sunset Rubout. This one takes place overground by an ancient stone circle and introduces the first tech base proper. The unholy rite that has been performed here probably doesn't bode well. It is one of the more recently made levels in the pack, replacing a much more primitive early effort. I remember that one. Map 4, Phobic. Inspired by classic Doom and Doom 2 maps, this is a small tech base. The difficulty picks up a bit here compared to the first few maps. If I recall correctly, that's where I started really dying in earnest. Map 5, Base Player. As the name suggests, this is also a tech base, but hell is never far away in this WAD. Map 6, Invasion. Another classic tech base, another notch up in difficulty. Map 7, Mud from a Muddy Spring. Google the title and do some reading. Eat the rich, then kill the mancubi to get the BFG. Oh, okay. I'm going to do that in like a separate tab because, yeah, I mean, I like it when people say eat the rich. You have my attention, yes. Let's toss a little Mud from a Muddy Spring. What do you got? England in 1819. Okay. England in 1819 by Percy Bysshe Shelley. An old, mad, blind, despised, and dying king. Princes, the dregs of their dull race who flow through public scorn. Mud from a muddy spring. Rulers who neither see, nor feel, nor know, but leech-like to their fainting country cling, till they drop blind in blood without a blow, a people starved and stabbed in the untilled field. An army which liberticide and prey makes as a two-edged sword to all who wield golden and sanguine laws which tempt and slay. Religion Christless, godless, a book sealed. A senate, times worst statute unrepealed, are graves from which a glorious phantom may burst to illumine our tempestuous day. All right, Percy Bysshe Shelley, Jesus Christ, I feel you. Okay. All right, Laocoon, I appreciate that. Map 8, Fire Blue Lamasery. A Lamasery is a Buddhist monastery up in the Himalayas. This map is cloistered, but not a place for quiet spiritual contemplation. It still had a bit of a puzzle vibe to it, though. But yeah, okay, map 7 Mud from I didn't really get the vibes of Class Warp, but I appreciate it. We got a few mappers who are about it. I appreciate that. Map 9, Grid City, an abrupt jerk into what the demons probably think is an accurate facsimile of a human city. I hope you like 128 by 128 grids. Would you believe it? I don't hate them. Map 10, Last Outpost. The presence of hell feels ever closer. This is a tech base, but perhaps not entirely built by humans. I remember that one. That one was weird. Map 11, Plexus. We're definitely not in Kansas anymore. Yeah, that one was one of the more surreal ones, but it still had tech in it, I want to say. Map 12, Maniac Manse. This map marks the beginning of a mini-episode set among haunted houses, garden labyrinths, and grand fortresses. Map 13, Capability Brown. Lancelot Capability Brown, born 1715 to 16, baptized 30th August 1716 to 6th February 1783, was an English gardener and landscape architect, a notable figure in the history of the English landscape garden style. Wait a minute. All these references to England from Percy Bysshe Shelley. Let's see. 2023 CAC Awards, it would have been. Yeah, and it would have been runners-up. It would have been The Diseases and Casualties of This Year being 1632 was made by the Doom Quad Club. No. Believe it or not, this is not where I've played Laocoon's maps before. That one was from Something Awful. But they're not the same. Okay. Interesting. Anyways. Map 14, Car du Musée. Including the mini-episode, this castle map gets very hot. I remember that one. That one was the one with the fight with all the revenants in the middle. Okay, then we've got map 15, Halibruni. You are now in hell. Deal with it. Oh, and see if you can find the secret exit. I could indeed. I remember that one. I don't really remember what I did to find the secret exit. Come to think of it. What did I do to find the secret exit? Ah, yeah, I remember. You had to find all the skulls. Map 16, Abhorrent. You're still in hell, but that's not such a bad place to be, according to Bon Scott. Okay, Bon Scott. There's a lot of references here. This is what's interesting about Doom mapping a lot of the time. There's a sort of obscurity of sources and of inspirations that you can pierce through. Anyways, Bon Scott, Australian singer. Okay, so it must have made a song about hell. Oh, second lead vocalist and lyricist of the hard rock band AC/DC, of course. All right. Map 17, Red Citadel. One of my favorite maps in the set. The final fight is explosive. Set in hell, of course. Yeah, I remember that one. Map 18, Gimokodan. This one takes place in and around some sort of hellish industrial facility, though it is not clear what they're making here. Mischief, probably. Gets a bit spicy on UV. Okay, yeah, sure, fair enough. Map 19, Jahannam. Hell's Hot, another one of my personal favorites. This one has a lot going on, so do snoop around. Yeah, this was one of the Seven Secrets one, wasn't it? Yeah, and then there's Flesh Pipes. That one I'm not going to forget. Yeah, Flesh Pipes. This one is set in some sort of hellish plaza surrounded by tall buildings, which will see if you can get past the opening room. Yeah, it was a bit of a wild opening room, but nothing too, yeah. Nothing too insane. Then there was Brown Sugar. This is one of the more memorable ones. One of those abrupt left turns this wad sometimes takes. This may not be hell, but it's nowhere nice. It doesn't smell sweet. Oh. Okay. Map 22, Befall. It's raining blood. Another weird one. I remember Befall. Befall was one of the more memorable ones, I think. Brown Sugar, Befall, yeah. The Flesh Pipes, I mean, hard to forget that one. Gimokodan is to me more memorable than Jahannam. And Red Citadel, yeah, I don't know about that one. Then there's Cecropia. This one's inspired... Well, I've skipped one. Sulphur Canyon. A great place to fall from a great height and turn to ash. Rewards the curious. Yes, I remember that one. Yeah, I guess that's one way to say that there's a bonus fight in it. I liked the stacks that were outside the map on this one. I think that was one of the more striking mapping visuals. Like, if I have to think about which ones are the most memorable, we gotta hand it to Sunset Rub Out. Then we've got to go Mud from a Muddy Spring, I remember, just because of all the mud. Fire Blue Lamassery, Grid City. Maniac Mance, Capability Brown. Care du Muzid a little bit. Then we skip over to Gimokodan was memorable. Flesh Pipes was memorable. Brown Sugar was memorable. Befall was memorable. Sulphur Canyon was memorable. Symphony in Grey. Nosferatus to be seen, but a bony finale awaits. Another one of those late-game weird maps. I did appreciate this one. Cecropia was, to me, very interesting. My trip was very different from the one Doom Guy has to go on. Yeah. Map 26, Ancient Hell. This one started as a secret bonus map, but turned into an epic with some of my favorite fights and architecture in the WAD. By ancient, I mean roughly 1992. Yeah, I think I appreciated this one out of all of them in the sense that it was very unique because of its daring style. Like, architecturally speaking, I've got to hand it to Ancient Hell. It's one of the more interesting ones. I still remember the freaky defaced Hitler painting. Like, there were some interesting edits. Then there's map 27, Hawiya. The first of 3 flesh maps. Ugh, flesh maps. Yeah. Map 28, Inmeat. This one gets chaotic. I think this one was more memorable than Hawiya. If I try to remember what it is about Hawiya that stands out, I get very little. Map 29, Satan's Birthday Cake. The name comes from the map rather than vice versa. Final flesh map. Ugh, flesh map. Hard to forget the layer cake of meat. Map 33, Faces of the End. The End? No. Map 31, The Slime Bowl. Guest map by Habanki, edited by me with Habanki's blessing, but still quite slaughtery. Map 32, The Corpse Factory. Guest map by Painvile98. A lot of corpses being made here for sure. Habanki's was, I think, interesting. It was toned down. I'm not convinced that the extreme difficulty warning is necessary, but it's there. Map 35, Redacted. You'll want to find this one. I think it lives up to that. if I were to offer some advice, specifically on map 35, what I would do is I would alter the finale so that circle strafing is not the dominant strategy. Because as it stands, 93 Grapes asks, was this a one-person WOD? For the most part. There were guest maps by Habanki, by Drawn, and I think that's about it. Also, the map 32 was also a guest map. So yes, there were guest maps. But with all that in mind, I think the truth of this world is it was mostly Laocoon for most of the maps. So we gotta respect that. But yeah, I would change the final fight so that circle strafing isn't such a dominant strategy in map 35, because that was one of those where it's like, it is just an iron law of doom that if you can circle strafe, you will win. It's not a matter of when. It's not a matter of if. It's a matter of when. If you can circle strafe, you can win. So that fight, you can circle strafe from the very beginning of the fight. There is no challenge to get to the circle strafe. And once you do, you win. You win, that's it. There's nothing they can do to stop you. And to be fair, it's been a few years since I've actually had a fight where you can just plain Jane circle strafe to win. It's been a minute. So it's not too bad. Like, sometimes you want to give a good power fantasy. But yeah, that's actually kind of it from me for tonight. Tomorrow we're going to be abandoning Doom altogether for a little bit because we have Delta Rune preparation to do. And I guess we're going to start that on a Friday. A bit cursed, but what can you do? And then, yeah, we'll just carry on. 93 Grapes says, oh, right. Yeah, Delta Rune's coming out, so I'll catch up. I'll do the old episodes and even try to do the bonus bosses in preparation for what is to come. But, yeah. I'll see y'all later, and y'all have a safe one. 93 Group says, still wish he'd just release the full game and not just another spoon feed of 2 chapters, but it is what it is. Yeah, I understand. Still, I bet you those 2 chapters are probably going to be more jam-packed than you expect them to be. Also, you say that, but maybe Toby Fox doesn't want to be subject to silk posting? Toby Fox looked at what Team Cherry was going through and was like, you know what? That isn't for me. I'm just going to give them chapter 3 and 4 and just, yeah. 93 Grapes says, yeah, true, and later. Yeah, y'all have a good one. Stay safe out there, and I'll see you around. Bye-bye.